Alright, so Idis stay fucking up. We got the new update here, and I have some problems with it, but we're gonna go over everything regardless. Let's see, unfortunately I don't see which ones are new, so we're gonna have to go through the events tab. We're gonna start off with what one of the things that immediately irked me is their weird naming for packs. They have the affordable and the bargain packs have always been named what they've been named, but the affordable pack, especially because it's been in such discussion with like online communities with Idis about you know, implementing some means of ways for people to put some money into the game without putting a lot of money into the game. And I'm really praying that this isn't the answer, that this is just something that was gonna be happening regardless. There we go, new affordable pack up in red highlighted text. You're gonna get 50 tier 1 crystallite fragments, the white ones, 6 of the tier 2 colored, and then 2 of the tier 3 colored with 1 gold piece. I don't care if this is 100k, I don't care if this is a million gold. And then 1 great power potion for 500 crystals. And just to, you know, because I don't really remember the prices, because who the hell actually, you know, goes and looks for, you know, 500 gems? Let's see, 500 paid gems is going to cost you about $6. So, I mean, that's not too bad, but at the same time, that pack, please nobody buy that. I don't care if you're a whale. I don't care if you are Bill Gates, you have infinite money. That is just 100% not worth it. Past that little gripe there, we'll go into the rest of the news here. We'll start off with this new banner here. This is one that I'm not familiar with whatsoever, but it is the Choose the Unit Soul Step Up Gacha. There's going to be 5 steps in the banner here, and you can see that free gems, you're going to be able to do the first 2 steps. First step is literally nothing. It is a 5 gacha pull. Step 2 is going to be a 500 discount from a multi, so it's going to be 2,500, and then the last 3 are going to be paid step-ups here. And this part also makes me think that Idis isn't really, you know, listening to the community, even though they're saying they're listening to the community. I guess we'll find out with the Q&A going on tomorrow. But if they were listening at all, and now personally I don't care about the paid step-ups, I think they're fine. But I know that everybody else cares a lot more about these paid step-ups, and nobody wants to see these. Also, I just don't see the value here as a free-to-play. If you were going to go for these first 2 steps, sure, this is a discounted multi for a bunch of, you know, characters that are just in the pool. But then the real value is going to be the Unit Soul Pick ticket, and basically when you get this ticket, you can go into the shop and you can go ahead and trade them in for 300 souls of any of these characters, which means, yes, you can exchange for those characters, but also you can get in those awakenings and get in the SC upgrades through them. So these are the ones that they've selected. I don't know why Summoner Lena and Foul here are unavailable for whatever reason. I think that one's a little weird. They're not even like the newest units that came out. Wait, are they? Foul just came out. I don't think Lena was before. Maybe she was. I don't know. But either way, I think it's weird that they're not included because, I mean, who cares? I guess to not irritate the people that ended up pulling on that banner or something. I'm not sure. And next we have the Descent of Heroes banner coming out with Zouglass, which is looking like a real nice snack right there. And this, unfortunately, is going to be split into a paid version and a free version, just like the Devon banner. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is just how every Descent of Heroes banner is going to be going forward. We can see triple unit souls if you pull dupes of Zug. And then the Arc Ether is going to be 10% for the Arcs here. I believe this is for, is this just both? I believe this is both banners here. I think the paid, the only difference is going to be the currency that you get. You can see the rate up for Zouglass is going to be at 1%. Now, I honestly wasn't expecting 1.5%, but this actually isn't terrible. This isn't bad. This is pretty good to see. So, once again, you know, there's some praise to Idis there for the rate there. And then we've got, let's see, the Divine Beast Lug Mechia and the SR Ghost of Zellowin. I just want to go over these arcs real quick, and then we'll go over Zouglass later. Divine Beast Lug Mechia. The passive is damage of the first attack magic activated plus 50%. Excludes magic that will do constant damage. I'm curious what they mean by constant damage, as most spells are going to do damage over time in a sense, at least as far as their animation plays out. I feel like this means something like a poison or something like that, but that'd be considered a status ailment, not necessarily constant damage, so I'm not exactly sure what that means. Alright, and here it says God types automatic MP recovery, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, only for God types. And then all attribute magic attacks have a chance of dealing critical damage. So basically unlocks magic crit for every element, which is really dope. But I don't know if this second part applies to the fact that you need to be a God only. But luckily, at level 1, this already gives you an ability that adds God type to users, so you get the full benefits out of this. It also teaches magic up 3, which is nice. Metis Phaser and Aura Phaser, both some pretty solid buffs there. The big one I think that is the real get out of this arc is going to be reinforced when special gauge is full intelligence plus 30%. This is a nice solid intelligence buff period. And you know, you could always save up your special gauge when it comes to your mages more so, as this is going to help you spam a lot more. And then at max it's going to give you a light attack raise. Like I said, I think reinforce is the big one out of this. Overall, the arc is pretty solid, but nothing amazing that you need to sink your gems for. And then the Ghost of Zell. This one's got a long passive. Increase basically all of your stats by 20%, but causes HP to decrease during the battle. Increases magic damage dealt to enemies by 40% when they are cursed. This does have curse research. And then causes the strength, intelligence, defense, and mind of an enemy, which kills you, equal minus 30% for a certain period of time. This is just worded so weird. It's not going to equal minus 30%, I guarantee that. Negative 30% of their stats? Or just, you know, it's going to subtract 30%. I don't know. It's weird. Either way, their stats go down if they end up killing you while this arc is equipped. I don't know. Super weird, niche arc there. I like the bonus magic damage, but it does require them to be cursed, so it's not that crazy great. But this is going to teach you Nemesis at level 1. It's going to give you Weak, Curse Research, Giga Darkness, which, you know, sounds better than it is. It's going to be a high SC ability, though. You know, it's gonna cost some MP that you might not want to throw out. And then it's just a probability, so. And then the last one is Dark Attack Rage, which is cool. You can throw that onto anybody. I think this might be the first time we're getting Dark Attack Rage. Either way, that one's pretty good to get. But, you know, SR, not something you need to sink gems for. And then we can see here with the paid banner, we're going to get the Hero Credential 2s. This is going to be the currency that you trade for, you know, just like the Devon shop. You're going to get the souls for Zouglass if you want. And then the weapon here is going to be this red sword. Got a dark element imbued on it, 135 strength, and it has a probability to reduce enemy defense with regular attacks. And I don't know if this is going to be for Zouglass only. Once again, they use this wording that says for Zouglass. But it's going to change his sprite. He's going to have this glowing red sword. You can see it in the story as well when this is equipped rather than just his kind of standard sword that he gets. Alright, and along with the Zouglass banner, we're getting the Zouglass event. It's going to be split into 2 parts. And it's going to be it's going to have story in it. Surprisingly, it's going to be a story focusing around Zouglass here. And it's going to be the same as the last event where you can get additional event points, XP, and AP based on the units you use. Of course, Zouglass here, the new shiny one, is going to give you the biggest boost here. 50% event points, and then he's going to have the boosted XP and AP, so definitely make sure to be running him if you are going to, if you're pulling for him. And then you're going to get a regular boost off of Shin, Foul, Ravine, Luger, Rommel, and Lila. So just, I would throw those, if you have them available, just throw them in there for the event points. You know, try to knock it out as quickly as you possibly can. As I think, I'm not 100% sure. I think this one only has event points so far. Not 100% sure on that, but I like seeing this one here. This is hard mode. The orb cost of hard difficulty quest varies, and it says that the higher the orb cost goes up, the higher the AP, XP, and the event points that you get, which is pretty nice for somebody like me, and I think a lot of other people who maybe, you know, aren't grinding as much anymore or kind of fallen off. At least this lets you, you know, on paper at least. I have to see in the quest actually. But it says if you use all 5 orbs in one of the quests, it's just going to give you a big multiplier, so that way you can just kind of burn them all out in one go and then be done with it. Especially if you're having, or you're sitting on some event orb potions, you can go and burn those and then just, you know, really knock everything out really quickly, which is really cool to see actually. Personally, I like that. And then I'm not seeing it here anywhere, unfortunately. I know it was on one of these news posts before, but I'm not finding it anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of go over it real quickly. Hopefully, you know, it's understood well enough, but you can see compensation for SC sharing. They gave us a bunch of souls back. I'm gonna try and explain this in a nutshell as quickly and easily as I can. So, if you had like a regular version of a unit, our example is gonna be Robin, who I did have, which was at 45 SC. and then you had a shift unit, and you had them boosted up before this update. So I think I had boosted up Phantom Robin to about 40 SC. If both of these were boosted up to a cap of 50 SC, they are now going to share the same SC between these shift units. So because this was at 40 before, it is now bumped up to 45 because my regular Robin was already higher. So they're now going to just share the same SC up to 50. And if you ended up pouring, your souls into the SC for one of the shift units, and one was higher and one was at least over the initial 20 SC, they're gonna refund you the souls in Mother Souls, at least back to you, up to however many souls you ended up spending. So this one, it refunded probably 20 SC worth of souls there to me, and that's what I ended up getting, which is pretty cool. And it's really nice to see that the shifts are now going to share SC up to 50. Really nice to save your souls there. Past that, though, they are going to still share their own individual SCs beyond the 50 cap. They also introduced the new SC cap of 100 SC, and you can still get the 80 SC through the ability tree, unlocking the caps and throwing your souls and getting out to 80 SC. You're also going to get an additional 2 SC up to a cap of 20, so that means 10... Let me rephrase that. You're now going to have an additional 20 SC to be gained through dupes. So every dupe you get, so, we'll use Zouglass as an example. If I ended up pulling 10 extra Zouglasses, so 10 Zouglass dupes, I get 1, and 10 more. I get 11 Zouglasses pulled. He's going to get an additional 20 SC just for getting those dupes, and it's only going to be up to a cap of those 10 dupes. So that is how they're going to be increasing the SC cap there, and that's their way of kind of appeasing to, whales, so that way they get that kind of edge once again. It also just puts more value into dupes in general, so that way you're actually getting a little bit more bang for your buck if you end up getting duplicate units, rather than just getting, off of like a ticket, or a regular banner, you're only going to be getting like 30 souls, which is kind of whack. Alright, and yes, going over the events, we are only getting event point rewards. I'm going to skip over the rewards. The only thing I wanted to go over was the gear, which, oh my goodness. I don't know why this lags so badly on emulator here, but we're going to go ahead and... I think there's only one piece of gear. There might be more, so we'll definitely make sure to double check. Starting off with the first piece of gear that you can get through the new events, you're going to get Calamitous Sword, Dark Attribute Imbued, 82 Strength, 25 Defense when guard is equipped, plus 3% guard rate. When automatic guard activates, minus 5% damage. So just a cool tank sword right there. It'll be really good specifically for Zouglass, but also just great on any tank in general. And yes, looks like that is going to be the only piece of gear on this bit. And then the bottom rewards, honestly not that crazy. Go for your tickets, that's about it. And then we will have part 2 that comes out probably next week. I didn't exactly double check the dates, but we should have part 2 coming out next week. And they also added some new event missions again. This is going to just be, some awakening, unbinding materials, whatever you want to call them. Another one of these. Alright, without further ado, we're going to take a look at Zouglass in all of his beautiful glory. Just look at him. Look at that art. Look at that sprite. Looking so good. And then, yes, this is going to be a red glowing sword if you end up getting that paid piece of gear. Starting off with his skills, we're going to start off with his S1 Gravity Drive. This is going to be a dark combo in front of himself, and it's going to have the attribute of pulling enemies, much like Randy's little whirlwind spin on his S1. He's going to pull enemies up in front of him with a combo here, which is really nice. His S2, Gaia Buster, is going to be a long Dark Imbued attack again, and it's going to be just shooting a straight line in front of himself. It also says here it pulls enemy towards him, so if this is true, which I can't really see through the GIF here, but if that's true, that's also super nice. 2 abilities that pull enemies just straight in front of you. Fucking sick. And then his S3 Soul Induction is going to be a big dark AoE around himself. That's about it. And then his S4 Dark Dimension is going to be just a dark AoE on the entire map. So he's a very straightforward unit as far as the skills go, and they're all really solid. So very dark focused, and then all those pulling abilities are super, super nice. And his 2 passes are going to be Shrouded Blade and Stand of Darkness. Shrouded Blade here, the less HP the enemy has, the more damage dark attribute attacks will do, up to a cap of 40%. I don't know if that's maxed out or not. It starts off at a cap of 20% bonus damage on dark attacks, so just more damage for him. Really cool. And Stand of Darkness, which is only going to be applicable if you have guard equipped. Going to have the damage of fire, ice, earth, lightning, and darkness when guarding. So, just really insane passes. 1 great for damage, 1 great for tanking. And you're going to see that's going to be a theme with him. He is going to be one of few units that are going to be both, just in his own kit, he's going to be very tanky, and he's going to do some great damage. Unfortunately, do not know if any of his, passives are going to be nerfed whatsoever, or if they're going to be missing whatsoever. I'm just going to be going based off of the JP version and assume that there is nothing changed here. As a matter of fact, we're just going to go look straight at the browser right here, and we're just gonna real quickly just so you can kind of see, because I don't feel like going over all the abilities and going through like their translated names. But we're going to get Beware, which is going to slightly increase guard probability. Great. I mean, if you fought the boss, you know he guarded a lot. That's kind of the principle they're trying to go for here. You're going to get Ale of Victory, so 20% HP at the end of battles. Guard Charge, which your SCT is going to recover a little bit when guarding. Awesome. Grand Guard, Guard Break is less likely to occur. Awesome. HP up 3. Iron Wall Guard, damage reduction rate when guard increases, so just more damage taken off if you're guarding. Going to be doing a lot. Defense up max. Sword Boost, which is going to boost his physical damage by 10% as long as he has a sword equipped. Attack up max. Just attack at max. Sick. Awakening, so just the big stat boost when his HP gets low. Gonna get a dark attack raise. Gonna get God's Kin, so it's gonna add God to his type. It's also going to reduce damage by 20% taken by enemies from enemies. I don't know what that translation means, but cool. Armor high boost, increase defense by 20% when armored, so he's got armor on, and takes 10% less damage received from bosses. Just more damage mitigation. Insane. And then Guard Impact, I'm not sure what this is, it just says activate only when Guard is equipped. And then Dark Sword increases the power of dark physical attacks by 40% when equipped with a sword. All of his passives, as you can see, literally just meant to do more damage and to make your guards really insane. So boosting his SCT, boosting the amount of times he's going to guard, his rate, the damage reduction. It's all pretty insane if you need a tank, specifically. Overall, do I think he's broken? No, but I think he's really fucking good, and if you don't have a tank, then this is 100% a unit that you should definitely be going for. If you already have a tank set up, you don't exactly need Zouglass, but he is still pretty damn good being a damage-dealing tank, which is, insane. Insane. And the last thing I wanted to go over here was that they're going to have a live Q&A over on the LC Discord tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow at 8 p.m. PT. So, I mean, if you're interested in the Q&A, you want to help improve the game, you want to, kind of gauge what the responses are going to be and whatnot, I'm sure that either myself or other people will be making wrap-ups or kind of just summaries of how the Q&A goes. But if you're interested in participating in that, it's going to be tomorrow at 8 p.m. PT, so look forward to that. Also, we'll be doing our own Zouglass polls over on stream at twitch.tv/AdachiGotcha tomorrow at 10 p.m. MST, so if you're interested in that, there's going to be that. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching.